What's up, guys? Is anyone annoyed at this opening called the London system? Is this your least favorite opening, or is this a opening that that is your favorite but you don't want anyone else to play? Well, today I'll show you a couple openings to play against D4 to not risk of a London system. Okay, or whatever. And let's just start. Alright, opponent plays D4. Okay, I got you. The opening called the Dutch defense. The Dutch defense is a defense. It's basically controlling the E square, the E4 square, without committing with the move D4. I mean D5. Oh my gosh. And because if you play D5, there's either London system, which everyone hates, or the Queen's Gambit, which is the Queen's Gambit. But the Dutch defense, to play Dutch defense, your opponent can develop their knight or this, which is C4. But if they play a London system, still anyways, this is the setup you gotta follow. This, you want to put your bishop here. Boom, boom. You want to do this setup. You want castle. This is the optimal setup you want. The setup you just want to play against when you have the London system. Okay. There's other couple ways to play with the Dutch defense, but that's like one of the main ways. And if your opponent plays this, it'll be the same setup except there's a little changes. So you want to develop your knight first. They're gonna develop their knight, push the pawn, try to develop the bishop. They're gonna develop their other knight, and you want to pin the knight to the king. If they unpin it, it's fine. It's fine. Just continue going for the optimal setup. If they kick you out, don't play this. You lose a bishop this way. Instead, and don't take the knight. Bishop's worth a bit more than knights. Instead, back up the bishop. But if they don't care about a pin, instead try to pin your own knight, don't freak out. Instead, take their knight first. It's check. It destroys the structure. Now they have a double pawn and isolated a pawn. And they take your knight. Don't take with the pawn. Why? Destroys your structure like that. Like them. Take with the queen instead. Boom. You're good. And now you should be a bit better because they shouldn't trade a bishop for a knight unless they have a reason to. And the reason we did, because we destroyed their structure. Now their structure is disgusting. Instead, what they might play is, I don't know, play this. By then you just continue going for the optimal setup. The setup which you put the bishop on the diagonal, fianchettoing it, develop your knight here, and get your queen out, and choose a way to castle, short or long side. That's how I would love to play. For example, they play like short castle. Oh gosh, here you develop your knight. They develop the queen this way, like this way, and you like play this, and they try to get the things, Okay, there's a couple choices you can play. A while ago for a long castle and launch an attack on their opponent, because you already have this pawn over here, right? Yeah, so it's easier to launch an attack since you already have one pawn pushed forward. So you're a long castle, and plus their structure over there is destroyed, so it's not easy to attack with a broken structure. So they will try and attack you. You kick their bishop out. It's best for them to, I think, take. No, it's best for them to back up, attack. They just keep going backwards, and you just no, don't play this. You lose a pawn. You play this. Attacks their knight, attacks their structure, and the take, which is probably the best move, I'm guessing. Just take back with the pawn, I think. Yeah, take back with the pawn. Attacks the knight, shoves him back, and continue going forward with the attack. If they try to attack over here, don't worry. There's no. This is not the threat. This move is not a threat. because you could just play this, and now they have to back up the bishop again. You keep going forward. Just soften up the opponent's structure, that's like how I will play with the Dutch defense. Just saying, I lost more games than I won Dutch defense, surprisingly. But if you're a good player and you know how to play Dutch defense, congrats, congrats to you. You know how to play Dutch defense, and you might win a lot more games. Anyways, next way to counter the d4. This only works for lower elo games, like below 700, because it's called the Englund gambit. And they can't play this because you know why takes, and also there might be people who pre-move that move in bullet games, or they just play this. Okay, but if they notice and just takes your free pawn, here's how you play the Englund gambit. You attack the pawn with the knight. They defend. You develop the queen, the big hitter, the best piece possible on the board. Then attacks the pawn. They defend with the bishop. Now you give a check. This check forks this pawn, forks the bishop, and attacks the king. Best for them is to bring back the bishop. You take this pawn. Okay. They attack the rook. While you attack the rook, if knight develops here, you're up. You're not up a pawn. You just play attacking chess. But if they play bishop here, what is it? Bishop c3 attacks your queen, defends the rook. It's not a good move because you play this bishop to b5, b4. Okay, pin the bishop to the king. If they defend with the queen, here it goes. Bishop takes bishop, attacks the queen. If knight takes bishop, you just win a rook. So if queen takes bishop, you give checkmate. This is checkmate. It's crazy. The Englund gambit. I think that's it. That's some traps for you. Ways to counter some of your least favorite openings. A solid London system. But anyways, that's it. I guess goodbye. That's it for the video. See you later.